never felt so alive in my life. 'Cause you make me come to life every time I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? That I'm crashing right into you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? Yeah, I'm free falling. Can you hear me calling for you? Yeah, I'm free falling. I'ma keep on falling for you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you?
Hello everybody and welcome back. If you are new here, this is my OSAT Ironman account, where I'll be getting 199 at a time. As you've just seen, we just got 99 magic and I've finally escaped the mage training prison. I'm so happy about that, you don't understand. The next skill I'm going to move on to is farming, which might be a surprise for some of you. And by the looks of it, I don't have any farming gear apart from seeds. So I'm going to get my ass over to a farm shop and buy some farming things. Right, we are here at the farm shop. I'm going to buy myself a rake, secateurs, a seed dipper and a trowel. And what I'm also going to buy is a couple of compost packs to get me through the first couple of cycles. And then if you didn't know this, you can give all your farming gear to the leprechaun so you don't have to worry about getting it out of your bank every time. Oh, and I'm going to buy a spade. So, if you've not done farming before, it can get quite complicated. If you've done farming before, then it's pretty easy to understand what I'm going to explain to you. And to begin with farming, what I'm going to do is get level 2 by just raking some patches. And then after that, I can plant my potato seeds and I can plant marigolds. And basically for the first couple of levels, I'm just going to plant the best thing I can plant and hope it survives. And in the meantime, I'm going to explain my plan for the farm runs that I'm going to do. And I'm also going to try explain the best I can how you want to do farming if you've not done farming before. So, because this account is OSAT, I haven't unlocked Fossil Island, which is a big pain in the arse for farming. The first reason is I can't mine volcanic ash, so I can never make ultra compost. And also, I can't do birdhouse runs, so getting tree seeds and fruit tree seeds is a bit of a pain. In fact, the only way I can get those seeds is by doing farming contracts. But I can also get soft locked out of farming contracts because of tree seeds, which I'll explain later in the video. So the plan of attack is to use bush patches, the allotment, herb and flower patches, which you can see here. And I also might use a hop patch or two if it's convenient for the farm run. Also a bit later down the line, I'm going to use the belladonna patch because that gives you quite a lot of herblore XP for not much effort. The rough route I'm going to take is I'm going to use the chronicle teleport, get the hop and bush patch, and I'm going to make my way over to the Falador allotment patch. And then I'm going to teleport to my house, which is in Rimington. And then I'm going to use a bush patch. And then I might get the boat to Ardoyne or Brimhaven, depending if I've got a fruit tree or another bush patch. And then after that, I'll teleport to Camelot. And I'll use the allotment patch there. And then I'm going to have to run all the way to Ardoyne and use the allotment patch there. And then finally, I will teleport to Hosidius. And then I'll use the final allotment patch there. All in all, I'm hoping farm runs will take me about 20 minutes maximum. But like with all things, at the start, I'm going to be pretty slow at it until I get used to it. But we will see how it goes. For pretty much every single patch, you want to use at least super compost or compost on them. What they do is increase the seed's survivability. If I remember correctly, compost gives it a 50% chance to survive, super compost gives it a 70% chance to survive, and ultra compost gives it a 90% chance to survive. Also, compost, super compost, and ultra compost increase the yield of the seed. So that's why you want to use it on every single patch, even if it's disease free. One of the only patches in the game that you don't want to use compost on, except protected trees and all that jazz, is the flower patch in Hosidius. When that patch is protected, you don't want to use compost on that because it doesn't increase the yield of the limp root or the flower, so there's no point in using compost on that. But that's pretty much the only one that you don't want to use compost on. So to start with, as you've seen, I got some normal compost, but what I really want is super compost. So the best way to do that is to use any charter tradesman and buy a bunch of pineapples, and then you can use these pineapples in the compost bin to make super compost, and that is the best way at the start to get super compost. So I've just finished my allotment runs. As you can see, I've planted potatoes and I've also planted the marigold. If the marigold survives, it's going to protect the potatoes, so they're going to survive and we'll all be happy bunnies. What I'm going to do now is just make my way over to Catherby, and then I'm going to start buying some pineapples and get some super compost made. Right, we're here at Catherby, and obviously it's as easy as it sounds. I'm just going to hop wheels and buy pineapples and then put them in the bank and rinse and repeat. You need 15 pineapples per compost bin, and then there's also a big compost bin which is in the farming guild, which is a bit later down the road, and that takes 30. So I'll see you guys when I've bought quite a few pineapples. There we go, I've got 270 pineapples. I'm hoping that'll be enough until I can make my own super compost. So what I'm going to do now is just fill up all the compost bins with these pineapples, and then we are going to crack on with our next task, which is getting a full Hosidius favor. Right, that is all the compost bins done. I will have a juicy amount of super compost when I next go on my farm run. So now we are going to get Hosidius favor. And if you've not done this before, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is get 5% Hosidius favor by pushing these plows over here. And then after you've done that, the best way is to make sulfurous fertilizer, I believe it's called, which you just need saltpeter and compost. For the observant ones of you, you might have noticed that I bought 1,000 compost at the start. That's just because I need 950 of those to get 100% Hosidius favor, and I'm also going to need to dig myself 950 saltpeter. As you can see, these plows are pretty slow, so it's going to take me a while. And also, I can't repair the plow because I think it gives me 10 crafting XP, if I'm not mistaken. So what I'm going to have to do is just make sure I don't repair any plows. There we go, it's finally done. 5% Hosidius favor. Now I just need to make my way over to the saltpeter place and then get myself a shed load of saltpeter. Right, that should be the last inventory I need for this saltpeter. That did actually take quite a while. It's not the fastest thing you can do, and you can't really tick manipulate it at all. So we are here at the bank. The best way to do this is just to set the compost up like I'm doing now, and then withdraw the saltpeter, and then you can click like this and you can get through them pretty quickly. The only thing you need to watch out for is when you deposit them, make sure you don't deposit all of them. Withdraw the saltpeter first and then deposit the sulfurous fertilizer. I will actually get quite a lot of XP from this, so I'm looking to get quite a few levels. So I'll see you guys when I've finished. Cursed! There we go, that's them all done. We did actually get level 15 farming. I can plant a lot more things now. I'm not sure what, but I will have a check and see and make sure I'm planting the best thing I can plant. So once you've finished all the fertilizer, all you have to do is come to this lady in the middle of the saltpeter dig site, and you just talk to her and she takes them straight out your bank, and boom, there you go. 100% Hosidius favor. In total, that probably took about an hour and a half to 2 hours, which isn't bad for 100%. And now we get quite a few perks. The first perk is that the Hosidius patch is now disease free, so nothing will ever die there. And also the other best perk is that at 45 farming, I can use the farming guild, which is probably one of the best unlocks you can get for farming. Right, so now we've got some beautiful super compost. We can do an official farm run. This is going to be my first farm run, so it's going to be pretty slow, but let's go through it. So we chronicle teleport to the Champions Guild. I'm going to run southeast and then use the hops patch. And then we make our way back up to the bush patch and use that. Then we're going to run our way past Draenor village to the Valador allotment patch. And then after that we teleport to our house, which is right next to another bush patch. And then we go and get the boat to Ardoin. And then we run all the way over here to a bush patch. This one's pretty far out of the way actually. I don't think it's worth it. And then we teleport to Camelot and run east. We use this allotment patch and then we run to Ardoin allotment patch after this. And now that we have done the Ardoin allotment patch, we can finally teleport back to Hosidius and do that final patch, which we did to start with. There is level 21 farming. At the moment, all I'm really doing is coming on every hour to do a farm run. Unfortunately, there's not much else I can do in terms of farming XP. So this is us until we unlock Tithe farm. Also, if you didn't know, anything that you farm, if you use that on a tool leprechaun, it will note them for you. Still surprises me now how many people don't know that. So I think that's all the farming talk I want to go through. So now it's time to get back on to the grind. Right, it's been a little while since the last clip. As you can see, I've got 34 farming, which means I can now start doing Tithe farm. If you've not done Tithe farm before, it's basically a way you can train farming without having to do farm runs and all that jazz. And it's a way to actively get farming experience. I've watched a quick guide and apparently I need 8 watering cans, and this is going to be the first time I've done Tithe farm, so I'm going to be learning as well. I've heard quite a lot of good things about Tithe farm. I think you can get over 100k XP an hour here, which is really good. So I'll see you guys over there. So to start Tithe farm, you basically talk to this old geezer sat in a chair and tell him that you want to work on the farm. And then after that, you pick up the seeds. All the seeds are different levels. So as you can see, I can pick up the level 34 seeds. And then we make our way into Tithe farm. And basically, the gist of it is you want to plant a seed and then make sure it's watered every cycle so then it doesn't die. You also get fertilizer, which can help with the plant not dying, but there's no point using that. Just make sure every single plant's watered before the next grow cycle comes about. And then once they've all grown, you make sure you collect them all, and then once you've finished all your seeds, you hand in the fruits that you've grown, and that is one game of Tithe. The method I'm using is a 5x5 game, so that means I do 5 rows 5 times, and that will be all the 100 seeds. There is also another method called a 6x4 plus 1. What this method entails is doing the 6 rows and then doing an extra one. That means you use 25 seeds, so you only have to do it 4 times. On average, I think a game should last about 22-23 minutes. But what I'm going to do is time myself and work out some XP rates and all that good stuff. There we go, that is a full game of Tithe. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. As you can see, we've got 100 fruits, so none of them died, and I believe we just hand it into this sack and we get a nice experience boost. Boom, there we go, straight up to 37 farming, very nice. So that is one game of Tithe done. Time to get on to the next game. I've been told it's about 400 games total on average to get to 99 farming. So we're going to be here for quite a while. As for the rewards, I think I'm going to get the watering can first. And then I will go for the seed box because I'm going to need that very shortly. And then after that, I'll probably go for the full farming outfit. And then after that, I'm probably going to get grape seeds because they are pretty good XP. And I'm pretty sure the grow cycle for grapes is only 35 minutes. So that'll be very nice. I'm not going to get the herb sack just yet because you need, I believe it's 57 herbal ore to even get the herb sack. And I'm also not going to get the auto weed because it's not that much of a pain raking patches. And I'd rather get 25 grape seeds than just have that auto weed. There is 40 farming. We've probably done about 6 games of Tithe so far, and I'm just doing a farm run. What I'm trying to do is 3 games of Tithe and then do a farm run, because that means I'm doing a farm run pretty much every hour, 70 minutes, which is the grow cycle for herbs. I've decided I'm only going to use this one hop patch, and I've decided I'm just going to grow Yanillian hops there. You don't get much XP for hops, so it doesn't really matter what I grow, but I'm growing Yanillian hops just because I might want to use those in the future when I grow mahoganies, and all the other hops are pretty useless. That wolf is taunting me. What are you looking at, eh? Oi! So this is the first fruit tree patch that I'm going to grow, and I need to grow the tree in the pot. I completely forgot about that. Right, we are back here at Cafferby fruit tree patch. I've got an orange tree that I'm going to grow. At the moment, I think I'm just going to use this fruit tree patch, and I might incorporate another fruit tree patch, probably Brimhaven, if I get a few more fruit tree seeds. And I'm going to make sure I always protect my fruit trees to make sure they grow. Right, there is 45 farming, and as you can see, we have unlocked the farming guild, the lower tier of the farming guild. That is a pretty important lock for this account because now we can do farming contracts and start to get tree seeds and all that jazz. So it looks like the best way to get to the farming guild is to use the Xeric's talisman and teleport to the Inferno, and then I'm going to have to pretty much run all the way over there. Here we are, guys. The farming guild has been unlocked. If you didn't know already, you can talk to Jane here and you can get farming contracts off her. All she does is basically tells you what to grow in specific patches, and then once they've grown and been harvested, you get a seed pack. These seed packs are very important on this account because it's pretty much the only way I'm going to get tree seeds and most fruit tree seeds. And there are some specific tree seeds that I need, which I'll explain about now. One of the ways I could potentially get soft locked out of farming contracts is when I unlock the medium tier at level 65. Once I unlock that, Jane can give me tree patch farming contracts, and usually if you can't do the medium tier contract, you can ask for an easier one and then she'll give you an easy tier contract, but then after that you can't change the contract. So the way I can get soft locked out of farming contracts is if I get a medium tier contract that I can't do, for example a yew tree, and then I ask for an easy tier and she gives me a maple tree, and if I've not got a maple tree in the bank already, then it's going to be extremely difficult for me to get a maple tree outside of the farming guild. Basically, the only way I can get a maple tree outside of the farming guild is to do low level gambles on barbarian assault, which is going to take me an extremely long time to get, just because I won't be able to get many points at barbarian assault, and I don't think anyone would want to be on my team. So all I'm hoping for is to get at least a maple seed from one of the seed packs. Also a banana tree seed, but we've got to level 85 to worry about that one. So now that I've put all my seeds into the seed vault, what I'm going to do for my farm runs is just come to the farming guild first, get all my seeds out, and then carry on with the chronicle teleport and carry on from there. There is level 47 farming. This one's quite important as well because now I can plant watermelons, and if you didn't know, using watermelons on the compost bin also makes super compost. So now I don't have to worry about the pineapples. I can just use watermelons whenever I need super compost. This is the first seed pack of the grind. Hopefully we get something good. Maples. Right, looks like we've got some oak tree seeds. They are pretty good. I'm going to make sure I keep a couple of those just in case I get that as a farming contract. And what I'm probably going to do is keep 1 or 2 tree seeds in the seed vault. And then any extra I get, I'm probably going to plant and do a nice tree farm run. Right, I'm probably going to call it here because I think I've got quite a lot of content for the first episode. As you can see, I've got enough points to buy the watering can, so I don't have to use all these watering cans anymore. I can just use that one. We are up to level 52, nearly level 53 farming. Farming, like all skills, is pretty slow at the start, but now I've unlocked Tithe Farm, it's going to be much quicker, and I'm really enjoying this grind, so I'll probably get it done a lot quicker than magic. I'd like to give a huge thank you to the continued support of my Godhand members. You guys are amazing, and I'd also like to thank everyone else that is supporting me. You guys are the reason I keep this grind going. If you didn't know already, my channel's got channel membership, and if you want to support the channel further, then I'd highly recommend you go check it out. As always, if you like the video, please leave a like, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode.